Hey, this is Jeff Rose from soldieroffinance.com, where I'm teaching people to enlist, take charge, and succeed in their lives financially. Today, I'll be talking about a topic that we'll be talking a lot here at the blog and here on the YouTube channel. Today, we're talking about debt, and today that comes with a capital D. Today's title is called, I Don't Have That Much Debt. Really? And notice the really, that's the key part here. So this was a meeting I had a little while ago. I was meeting with a couple that were planning for retirement. They had about 5 or 10 years out to retirement. So it was good that they were coming in earlier rather than later, which a lot of people don't come in until sometimes it's too late. But they still had a good 10 years left. So I was very impressed that they took the time out of their busy day to actually sit down with a financial advisor, financial planner to help map out their retirement goals. So I started meeting with them and start asking the usual questions, and along the way, the topic of debt comes up. What's our liabilities? And they both responded with, "Oh, we don't have that much debt, and our house is paid off, and we don't have that many consumer loans." And I thought, wow, this is really impressive. Here we have a couple that's 10 years out to retirement, and their house is already paid off. That is pretty incredible, folks. I mean, to hear that, especially for me being a financial planner, it's really exciting to hear that these people already had their house paid off, and then also hear that there's very minimal debt. We looked at their savings, and they could probably did a little better job, on the savings side. But I'm hearing, house paid off, and not much consumer debt or credit card debt. I'm thinking, wow, this is great. So then I asked them, well, how much debt do you have? And then they responded with, oh, well, we have 2 car loans, that total about $15,000. And I'm like, okay, well, that's debt. And I said, well, is there any other credit card debt? Oh yeah, we have some credit card debt. And I go, well, now how much is that? And they both didn't know. And I was like, okay. So that really surprised me. So we kind of left the meeting, and I wanted them to report back with the amount of debt they had, the amount of interest that they were paying on their debt, just so they could actually see it in person, so we both knew what we were working with. So it wasn't about maybe a week or so later I got an email, and the email I opened, and it just floored me. So as you recall, they told me that they didn't have that much debt. What we ended up finding out was not only did they have the $15,000 loans on the vehicles, they also had a camper that was just under $10,000, and over and above that, they had over $25,000 of credit card debt. $25,000. So we have this couple that comes to me that makes this bold claim that they don't have that much debt. Really? You only have $50,000 of consumer debt. And most worst part was they had some department store cards that they were paying closer to like 18, 19%. I want to say one card was even like in the 20% range. And it was like they were just kidding themselves, telling them that they didn't have much debt. But when they actually had to do some digging and start looking and really kind of looking at themselves to see, wow, okay, maybe we have kind of let this go. And it was, I think, a really good eye opener. It was for me because once again, it makes me think how many people out there are disillusioned with the fact that, oh, we don't have that much debt. I kind of go back in my younger days whenever I was in college and, talking about student loans with, a lot of soon-to-be graduates. And I would always hear people saying, students saying, oh, I only have, $15,000 in debt. I only have $10,000 in debt. I only have $30,000 in debt, student loans. Only $10,000, only $20,000. I mean, it's not just only. That is a lot of debt. And if you can avoid it at all costs, do it. If it takes working an extra job, if it takes, applying for scholarships, if it takes, applying for assistantships, do whatever you can, because debt will just consume you. I started down that path, and luckily, I saw the light of day and was able to, rectify that situation. So do not be one of those that just assumes that debt's okay. And more importantly, that you just assume that, oh, you don't have that much debt, and you don't take the time to realize, to truly realize, how much debt you really have. So I ask yourself, you don't have that much debt? Really? This is Jeff Rose, soldieroffinance.com.